Today we're going to be taking a look at adding mixed numbers. So our first problem we're going to look at is 4a, or 1a, sorry. We have 4 1/3 plus 1/3. So right now, I already have 4 ones, 1/3 plus 1/3. So I'm still going to have 4 ones, that doesn't change. But now instead of having 1/3, since I have 1/3 twice, I'm going to have 2/3. If you're a little confused on why I have 2/3, so I started out with 4 and I already had 1/3 filled in. When we added this second 1/3, we filled in a second third. So now we have 4 2/3. When we move on to problem B, I see 5 1/4 plus 2/4. So I have 5 ones and 1/4, and I'm going to add 2/4. So where I used to have just 5 1 and 1/4, now I have 1/4 plus 2/4, which is 3/4. And again, if you're a little confused on where that came from, I started with 5 1 and a number of fourths. I started out with 1/4 filled in, and then right here I added 2 more fourths. So I filled in 2 more of our fourth boxes. That leaves me all together with 1, 2, 3/4. I know a lot of us are used to adding across, so we just add our numbers together, but you do not want to add these denominators because the size of each unit has not changed. We're still looking at fourths. So 1/4 plus 1/4 does not turn those fourths into eighths. It just changes how many of those fourths are actually filled in. So on your own sheet of paper, I want you to work along with me for this one. Let's do 2/6 plus 3 4/6. So we have 3 ones and 4, oops, that's messy, sorry, and 4/6. We're going to be adding 2/6. So when I'm looking at adding 2 plus 4, I know that gives me 6, right? So I have 3 ones and 6/6. But if you remember, anytime you have a number with the same numerator and denominator, that means it is a whole number or it is equal to 1 whole. So 3 wholes plus 1 whole equal 4 wholes. Let's draw a little picture to look at why. So I started out with, let me get my red pen. Let's put my box into sixths. I started out with 2/6 already shaded in. Then I added 3 wholes and I filled in 4 more sixths. So 3 plus 6/6 is the same thing as saying 3 plus 1, which equals 4. I hope that makes sense. We're going to keep looking at different ways to add mixed numbers over the next couple of pages. For the next set of adding mixed number problems, we're going to be looking to complete the number sentences. So looking at problem A, we have 3 wholes and 5/6 plus what equals 4. So we need to figure out how many sixths we need to add to turn this 5/6 into 1 whole. So you all probably know by now that I am a visual learner and looking at pictures helps me. That's why I'm always drawing them for you. So right now I have 3, oops, I want to use a pen, not a highlighter. I have 3 and 5/6. So I'm going to draw a model of 5/6 to figure out how much I need to add to make it one whole. So I'm going to have my box and I'm going to split it up into sixths. Right now I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces shaded. So this tells me that I need 1/6 to create a whole. So if I add 1/6 to 3 and 5/6, that equals 4. So 3 and 1/6. Because right now I have 3 holes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I add one more 6, this turns into one whole, so 3 plus 1 equals 4. Moving over to problem B, I'm just going to draw a squiggle to separate my workspace. I have 5 and 3/7 plus what equals 6. I'll switch my color for this too. I'll use red. So right now I have 5 and 3/7. So I'm going to draw a bar split into 7 pieces. They're not all perfect, but it's close enough. So out of the 7 pieces, I already have 3 shaded in. So to turn this 3/7 into one whole, how many more sevenths do I need to add? Well, I need to add 1, 2, 3, 4 sevenths to turn it into one. So I have 5 and 3/7 plus 4 sevenths equals 6. So I'm going to make sure I go and I write it into the problem as well, 4 sevenths. So basically with these types of problems, you're looking for what's missing, what fraction is missing to turn the fraction you start with into the next whole number. For these problems, we're going to be drawing a number bond to show how to make 1. So they already started the work looking at problem A. So we started with 2 and 4/5 plus 2/5, and we want to try to turn this 2 and 4/5, oops, I need to highlight, not pen, 2 and 4/5, so we want to turn that into a whole number, so we want to turn that into 3. So the first thing I'm going to ask myself is, what do I need to add to 4/5 to make it whole? If I can't think of that answer right away, I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to start with fifths, and I already have 4/5. Oops, sorry, that's a little messy. But so that shows me that I need to add 1/5 to make it whole. So since right now it's adding 2/5 and I only need to add 1/5, I'm going to decompose that number into 1/5 and 1/5. So now I can take just one of those fifths and add it to 2 and 4/5. 2 and 4/5 plus 1/5, like we did up here, we had 2 and 4/5 plus 1/5, so that equals 2 plus 1. So that is 3. But we can't just leave the problem there because I still have 1/5 hanging out over here. So I'm going to drop that down so it's 3 and 1/5. All right, I just drew a squiggle there to separate my workspace. Moving on to problem B, I have 3 and 2/3 plus 2/3. So again, the very first thing that I'm going to do is figure out how many thirds I need to make that 2/3 into 1. So I'm going to draw my bar and split it into thirds. Right now I already have 2. So to turn it into one whole number, I need to add 1/3. Uh-oh, looking back down at my problem, I see I have 3 and 2/3 plus 2/3. I only need to add 1/3. So I'm going to decompose that 2/3 into 1/3 and 1/3. From here, I can add one of my thirds to 3 and 2/3 to give us an even 4. Because I had 2/3, I added one more. That gives me a total of 1. So 2/3 plus 1/3 is 1 whole. 3 plus 1 whole is 4. And again, I still have more fractions just hanging out. I can't just leave those, so I'm going to drop it down to 4 1/3. This one I want you to get out a piece of paper and be practicing along with me. I have 4 4/6 plus 5/6. So the first thing I need to do is figure out how many sixths I need to add to turn 4/6 into a whole. So I have 4 and a box split into sixths. Right now I have 4/6 already shaded in. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 4/6. To turn this 4 4/6 into 5, I need to add 1/5, 2 more fifths. So since I need to add 2 more fifths, when I'm going to go to break up this 5/6, I'm going to pull 2/6 out because 2/6 is what I need over here. So remember, when we're decomposing, we still need to have all of the pieces of the fraction represented. So if I took out 2/6, I still have 3/6 left over because 2 plus 3 equals 5, and we have 5/6. So now I have my fraction decomposed and I can do my adding. So I'm going to take this 2/6 and add it to 4 4/6. So that equals 4 plus 1, because remember, after we add 2/6 to 4/6, that gives us 1. So 4 plus 1 gives us 5, but we're not done yet. Why is that? Right, because we still have a fraction hanging out. That needs to come down. So 5 3/6.